question, success and success in co-creation projects such as YoPA, I think that depends who you ask. So I think it's really important to have perspectives of the different stakeholders involved in your co-creation to get their ideas about what success is. So for example, for us as academic researchers, we might think a co-creation project is successful, has been successful if, well, in the end, behaviors have changed. Or when the co-created interventions are addressing the needs and the wishes of the youth, for example, and if we have managed to empower the youth. But when you ask youth, success for them might be that co-creation is fun, or they met new people, or they have new ideas for activities. For other stakeholders, maybe local stakeholders such as youth workers or municipality policy makers, they might define success as well. Having a network, building a network among stakeholders, and from there on working on other goals, etc., and connecting people might be success. So I think it's really important to define success and really take a multi-perspective look at success. Measuring success is, I think, also then very difficult because it highly depends on what you define as success. But well, for stakeholders such as youth workers or policymakers, you might do a network analysis. So are there indeed more connections built? But you can also ask stakeholders qualitatively why they think the project is successful and whether, for example, a network has been built. The measurement of success from an academic perspective is, I think, it's hard, but the easiest one, because we predefine behaviors which we want to address, and we only need to find the measurement tool to measure these behaviors. Well, I say only, but of course that's really difficult to find a tool that is accurate enough to measure behaviors and also to measure empowerment. For example, that's really something complex, I think. So I think measuring success will be a mixture of qualitative and quantitative measures. So mixed methods approach, I would say. Previous projects, which was quite successful, I think. The reason why it was successful is that we established to set a stakeholder network, and these stakeholders, and we convinced the stakeholders, the youth convinced the stakeholders that what they were doing was really important, and they realized that such a co-creation project could have really impact. So we managed to have regular meetings with this group of stakeholders, and they were really like, oh, we could take this action as well. We could implement this. We can help with this. So we knew it was successful because all stakeholders wanted to participate. We even got emails, can we join your project? So, and I think having a really good network of stakeholders that can support the youth is really important, because the youth cannot do it by themselves. So they should get the support, and it's really crucial, I would say, that they get this support. And we need to help them with identifying stakeholders that can help them. And of course they have a say in that as well. They can point us to stakeholders that they think are important to include in the co-creation projects. As youth are, I think, the most important stakeholder group, I think it's really important to include them in all the processes and in all the things we do. And even if they are not interested in talking with a policymaker, for example, make it transparent. Make it transparent that you will do it then in their place, and ask them what they want you to ask them. and provide a report back. So yeah, I think that's also really important in order to make a co-creation project successful.